up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my DVD update for August 15th, 2014. So as you can see, I'm coming from a new living room. Just give you guys a glimpse of the new place. So I've got 10 new DVDs to show you, all from the 90s, except one. This is me finishing my 90s collection for DVDs. So let's get started. So up first we have 200 Cigarettes from 1999. Good film, funny comedy, sort of a big ensemble cast about a bunch of New Yorkers trying to celebrate New Year's Eve in the 80s. It's kind of like those recent films that we've had, those big ensemble movies, New Year's Eve for one, and Valentine's Day. But this was a lot better. It came out a long time ago now. Great cast, Ben Affleck, Casey Affleck, Christina Ricci, Jay Moore, Kate Hudson, Dave Chappelle, Paul Rudd, Janine Garofalo, Martha Plimpton. The main sort of story is Christina Ricci and Martha Plimpton trying to get to this New Year's Eve party, and it's a bunch of different people, how they all intersect these stories and these characters. Yeah, fun movie. I saw it after I saw Almost Famous, and I became a huge fan of Kate Hudson in that film. She's just awesome in that film. But yeah, I liked her in this movie as well. But ever since then, her movies, just like the romantic comedy she's done, I really was hoping for a lot bigger and better things from Kate Hudson. I mean, she's a fine movie star, if you like, an actress, but she really should have done a lot better than just these two. Okay, up next we have a film from 1998, and that is The Big Hit, fun action comedy starring Mark Wahlberg, Lou Diamond Phillips, Christina Applegate, Joaquin Woodbine, Antonio Sabato Jr. This is a fun film about a bunch of hitmen who decide to kidnap the boss's daughter, played by Christina Applegate. Sort of zany action comedy combo. I remember most the gunfight in the video store. That's probably my favorite scene from this movie. But some good characters, good fun, lots of great action. Yeah, if you haven't seen The Big Hit from '98, check it out. Well worth checking out. Okay, up next we have The Crucible from 1996, film about the Salem witch trials, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, Winona Ryder, and Joan Allen. Yeah, good film, really good drama, great historical period piece about a very interesting topic. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time. Looking forward to revisiting this at some point. Okay, up next, film I'm really glad to get because it was hard to get. It's out of print, and that is Fever Pitch, the original British version from 1997, starring Colin Firth, based on the book by Nick Hornby, who also wrote the screenplay. Really good film. If you're a football fan like me, and growing up in the 80s, English football was in a dark period. But this is a really fun movie. Colin Firth as a lifelong Arsenal fan, even though Arsenal are my team's biggest rivals, that being Chelsea, of course. Still a good film. It's set in 1989, 1990 season. Colin Firth is a school teacher, meets this girl, one of his colleagues, likes her and wants to take her out. But she soon discovers his love for Arsenal Football Club. Of course, this was remade in America with Jimmy Fallon and Drew Barrymore, Fever Pitch, and that was centered, of course, around baseball and the Boston Red Sox. But it's the same premise. Guy meets this girl, and she sort of is shocked by his fandom for a certain team. And there's one scene that's mirrored in both films that I really enjoy, is when she sort of confronts him about it, and he says, have you ever once in your life cared about something as long as like 25 years that he's been a fan of Arsenal? And it's really a great quote. have you ever cared about something that long? It's something that really resonates with any sort of sports fan. So yeah, if you're a sports fan of any kind and supported a team for a long time, of course this film also ends. Unfortunately, Ian, if you watch this, Arsenal winning the title, the league at the time, Division One, by going up to Anfield and beating Liverpool on the last day of the season, which they had to do. I think they had to win 2-0, and they won that title. It was I think that was right around the time Liverpool won their last English league title. So yeah, sorry Ian, but had to get it. I hate Arsenal, but Colin Firth, good actor, and this is a fun film. A lot better than the 2003 remake. Okay, up next we have Legionnaire with Jean-Claude Van Damme from 1998. Now, I'm not big on buying straight to DVD movies, especially of like old action stars like Jean-Claude and Steven Seagal and so on. But this is one film I happened to catch on TV maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I really liked it. Yeah, so sort of this about the Legionnaires, French troops fighting in Algeria and so on. And yeah, it was really good. I was surprised. Good sort of war, action, violence. Jean Claude was good. Yeah, I've basically skipped past all his other straight to DVD stuff, and I'd say this is his best film, barring JCVD, which is a really good movie, of course, that he did. But this is one of his last great action films that I liked, and I never saw it come out in the theater, but I was really glad to check it out and obviously get it now. Okay, up next, speaking of more football, a documentary that I picked up, and this is the only film from this group that's not set in the 90s, or not didn't come out in the 90s. It actually came out a couple years ago, 2010, and there's no Blu-ray for it, so I got it on DVD. And that is the documentary One Night in Turin. Basically, the story of the England national team's run at the 1990 World Cup in Italy, which was really my first real World Cup that I experienced and have a deep, very fond memory of. I was very young when '86 rolled around in Mexico. '86, of course, England losing to Argentina in that game. Diego Maradona, the hand of God, and then of course the goal of the century he scored in that game as well. So I had vague recollections of this, but the 1990 World Cup is sort of my jumping off point for my real sort of love for England and English football. At the time, I was 12 years old in 1990, and I remember watching all the games when I was at school, in boarding school. We'd all huddle around this tiny TV in the dining room where we all ate our meals every day. And I remember watching the semi-final, of course, that England got to that year against Germany. A fantastic game. And of course, Gaza, Paul Gascoigne on the front there. England's best player, sort of the bright star, bright future, along with Gary Lineker, of course, the great striker, who played for Spurs. Yeah, fantastic documentary about this team. Sir Bobby Robson, the manager. It's narrated by Gary Oldman. Very fond memories of this when I watched this. I only watched this a couple of months ago. I rented it on Netflix and decided I had to get it. Yeah, just great memories of the 1990 World Cup and England's run to the semi-final. Of course, losing to Germany on penalties. Okay, up next we have Palmetto. Really interesting film from '98, I believe, with Woody Harrelson, who's hot right now, Elizabeth Shue and Gina Gershon. Sort of a good sort of southern thriller, mystery, sort of film noirish, if you like. Harrelson plays a drifter in Florida, and he gets mixed up with these beautiful women, these women who seduce him to kidnap somebody It's about murder and intrigue and kidnapping. Yeah, it's been ages since I've seen this. I remember seeing it when it came out. Um, not at the theater, but on video afterwards. I liked it a lot. Um, yeah, so looking forward to watching this. Elizabeth Shue, always hot. Gina Gershon as well. Chloe Sevigny is in it as well, which I didn't know until I looked at the back earlier. Yeah, so Woody Harrelson, Palmetto, good sort of steamy southern thriller. Okay, up next, film from '97, and that is The Peacemaker, directed by Mimi Leder, starring George Clooney and Nicole Kidman. Good sort of military action thriller. Bunch of nuclear warheads have been stolen in Russia, and Nicole Kidman plays a nuclear physicist, and George Clooney plays a special forces colonel, and there's this renegade. I believe he's Serbian. He's from the war-torn Yugoslavia. He's on his way to New York with this bomb, and it's up to Clooney and Kidman to stop him. Yeah, good action, fun chemistry between the two leads. Yeah, good movie from what I remember. It's been ages since I've seen this as well. But yeah, The Peacemaker. This is like a new cover as well for it. But yeah, definitely looking forward to rewatching this. Okay, up next, another film from '97, I think, sort of in the same vein as the last one, and that is The Saint, starring Val Kilmer and Elizabeth Shue again. Yeah, good film, of course, based on the Simon Templar, The Saint series, of course, that starred Roger Moore in the '60s. I actually need to find time to get those and watch those because I haven't seen them, and I've been dying to see Roger Moore and more stuff than just James Bond. But yeah, this is a good, decent espionage thriller. Val Kilmer is the Saint. Wears lots of different disguises. It's all about stealing chemical weapon secrets or something from Russia. There's a Russian diplomat involved, from what I remember. And they're running around in Moscow for most of the movie. Elizabeth Shue, good as well in this as well. Been ages since I've seen it. The Saint, good movie. Okay, last but definitely not least, film from '98, and it is You've Got Mail, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, of course, teaming up again with Nora Ephron, who of course directed Sleepless in Seattle as well, with these two great stars. Yeah, really fun movie. I've always liked this film. Good romantic comedy. Meg Ryan runs a small little bookstore, and Tom Hanks is this sort of magnate of a bookstore chain that's taken over the neighborhood where her store is, and they have this combative professional relationship. But of course, behind the scenes, they're having a romance online through email and chatting. Kind of old school, considering where technology is today with texting and IMing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, fun movie, really nice ending. Greg Kinnear's in it, Parker Posey as well. Yeah, nice, sweet movie. You've Got Mail. So those are the 10 films for this update. Finishing my '90s collection and one film from 2010. Let me know what you've seen, if you've seen these films and what you think of them. Thank you for watching as always, and welcome to the new place. Yeah, so until next time, I'll see ya.
Bond. James Bond.